Alright, I think this is it. I've been procrastinating to start a YouTube channel for a long time, and it's a bit because of my anxiety to speak to the camera. It's a challenge I would love to overcome. That's one of the reasons I create this YouTube channel. And yeah, I see this channel as a diary to speak to my younger self so that he won't do the same mistakes as I did, so he could do better mistakes and mistakes that involve more, I could say, accountability. So yeah, no more procrastinating. So life goes by anyway, right? So why not become or try to become the total best version you could possibly be, and where there is no better you in parallel universes. And in order to achieve the life that is in your core desire, the life of a superior man, there's only one way, and it is sacrifice. Sacrifice has to be done in order to achieve that. There's no other way. So, in order to improve yourself right now, start by changing your bad habits, step by step, in order to unlearn all the trash that has been programmed into your mind the whole time. Because you have been through these bad habits that have been making your life really worse for a very, very long time, to the point that those bad habits not only become a lifestyle of yours, but an identity and a personality trait. Because in the end, the definition of your character are the actions that you took since you were born. During high school, I've always have been distracted, thinking about my life struggles and the demons in my head. And I used to lie a lot in order to tell people what they wanted to hear instead of what it was in my heart, because I didn't have the balls and self-esteem to talk like a man. And as time went by, just guess, all these actions became habits and traits, to the point that when people would describe me, those traits would be included in my profile. So I'm going through some micro habits that you can start today in order to get back on your self-improvement journey. And I'm saying get back because I'm more than sure that most of you already have been in self-improvement, but you stopped a few times, you got back in it, then you stopped, and it's always the same circle. I at least say that because the same situation applied to me. I've been lots of times on self-improvement, I stopped. Sometimes you just forget about your values. I don't know if it's my stupidity or it's just because I'm a human being, but it's the case. So yeah, the first habit you could start today would be screen time reduction. I'm sure that you probably already know this, but hopefully this could be the sign to take action today and not procrastinating again. I would recommend you to use your phone 1 hour a day. This is so basic, but maybe you should actually find the why, because most people just fail and just start scrolling on the phone. Normally we would say, oh, people are addicted to phone and people need dopamine, but I think there's something deeper than that. Most of the times people just don't find the purpose to stop using the phone. Like, why should I stop? Like, my life is not gonna get better or worse, but you should really find a why. If you're going to use your phone more than 1 hour, at least try to be as conscious as possible on what you're doing on your phone. Because if you're really conscious on what you're doing, you go on your phone, you actually find yourself, you look dumb, like, why? And keep asking that question. Why am I on the phone? Do it every day until it becomes a habit, a lifestyle. Why am I on the phone? Maybe you could repeat it a lot of times until you identify yourself as am I in the phone. And about this topic, I could say don't use your phone in the first 3 hours of the day, and you'll see your mental health changing. I know that some of you, there's always this excuse, I wake up and I work in my phone. But if you work is fine, because you're doing something productive. But in your first days of self-improvement, please try to at least use 3 hours to unwind your brain to your first natural thoughts without any external technology. Just get the sun on your face, and then you can get on the phone. And with that habit, if you do it for 2 weeks, you'll see your focus changing drastically. You can wake up take a cold shower, go straight to the computer, do deep work, do what you're supposed to do, because you already know what you're supposed to do. But all this fucking technology is fucking you up, and you'd rather stay on social media. So stop with that. It's gonna be really difficult, but it's worth it, you know. And as we were talking about working deeply, I present to you the premium one: fasting. One of the biggest symptoms of brain fog is digesting food, bringing all attention to the stomach and not to the brain. So fasting is a tip that I really wish I knew before. I already knew the health benefits of fasting, but not in a working and productive way. And all the advice that I took from YouTube didn't help me in any way. I always kept having brain fog. Like most of now thinking about it, most of my life I always had brain fog. I would do something and I would get tired, and especially as a creative person, you just start something, you're like, oh, I have a great idea. And then you just forget about it because you can't focus. That's really sad to think about. But I'm not gonna get deeper on it because I want you to fast. I want you to find out all the benefits and experiences personally. So let's go to another self-improvement habit you could start right now. And it is, you won't expect it, listening to music intentionally. A problem I've struggled for a long time, and I see people struggling with and no one talks about, is trying to quit the addiction of listening to music. What? And it's pretty controversial because we normally talk about addictions like sugar, screens, and video games, but music? Until recently, I used to listen to music all the time with my brain-frying AirPods as a cope to not face the demons in my head. Sometimes I would see myself tired of listening to music, but I couldn't stop, because when I would take the AirPods out, I would feel weird, like it doesn't feel normal to just listening to silence. What all this did was lowering my self-esteem a lot and draining my energy. I would just feel tired to do anything, and of course take all the opportunities I had to talk with that cute girl in the bus. The advice I would give here is either to listen to music intentionally or just face silence. When listening to music, choose a time where you can be totally present without doing anything else than listening to every detail of the melody and the lyrics. Because you actually be surprised of how shitty your music taste is. You listen to some rap and you actually will listen to the lyrics and maybe the melody. The melody is just a random beat, and you'll feel stupid, literally. Also listen to more classical music and opera. It's not as bad as you think. I propose you to sit and turn some artists such as Bach, Handel, Vivaldi, and Mozart, I think I pronounce well. Close your eyes and sit attentively. You'll actually find out how beautiful and powerful classical music is. You'll actually start to enjoy. And when listening to real music, like, lots of ideas and belief systems will be created throughout that time. And also imagine yourself listening to so much classical music and opera to the point that in your subconscious mind you start singing and playing those melodies in your head throughout the day. Imagine how healthy it is. And by listening to a lot of classical music, you subconsciously start singing those melodies in your head, and sometimes you even compose those by yourself. I noticed this myself. Sometimes you're walking around full of silence because you're doing something, you're focused on the streets, you're seeing if you're not gonna get run over by a car, you're looking at people, saying good morning, you see that cute girl, you smile at her, and you start realizing that a lot of melodies with these beautiful godly instruments, violins and cellos, a lot of the melodies are composed by you. You just notice, like, whoa, what the fuck? I just composed this. It didn't come from these artists I listened to. So, like, wow, like, imagine how healthy it is, really. So yeah, it already has been 2 years since I stopped listening to degenerate music. to the point that all my thoughts revolve around beautiful and exquisite melodies, played by godly instruments to the point that I even compose those melodies in my head myself. So yeah, these were the habits you can change right now in order to become a superior man. And yeah, tell me in the comments how I performed in this video, because I'd love to get better and better. And I'd love to have your feedback. So yeah, have a good night. You!